The status of informal refers to the lack of legal contracts, work operation permits, access to healthcare or social security, as well as adherence to environmental standards. In some places, solely informal operations take place, and very often they are the backbone of collection, separation, recycling, and trading in low and middle income countries. They collect recyclable materials and sell them to middlemen, small businesses who store recyclables before selling them onto recycling companies. However, informal businesses operate at every stage of the recycling process. So also middlemen may be considered or might be informal businesses.
Within Ghana, the informal sector is a key part of solid waste management in Ghana. Without their voluntary effort to collect specific materials that have value, all of those materials would be ending up in the landfill or worse still in the environment. However, there are also challenges within this sector. They typically live day to day because they do not make enough money for the work that they do. This is also closely attributed to the fact that they are vulnerable to market prices, and the middlemen that they sell to typically offer them prices that are well below market. Additionally, they live in a very, very vulnerable state where on the day-to-day, they may not be able to make money if they are not able to find or collect waste. This was particularly evident during the COVID-19 lockdowns, where they did not have any way to make or recover their money on a daily basis.
I think it's very important to involve them in this process, not designing a solution and putting them upon them, but involving them in a co-creation process of developing a solution that is actually beneficial for them and will also work for them from a practical point of view. I can give the example of work safety and safety equipment. Often you see the waste workers wearing flip-flops, working with their bare hands, without clothes, without wearing any type of equipment gear. And what we see, it's important to involve them on designing and letting them choose what kind of protective gear they would want to work, and combine it with a training where you need to explain to them why they have to wear it and what will be the benefit for them without wearing it. Informal workers can be integrated both as employees or as independent workers in an EPR system. The labor-intensive collection and sorting represents a great opportunity to integrate informal waste pickers into an EPR system. The system operator, the POO, can help by offering attractive formalized terms and conditions, thus encouraging collectors who have been working informally to either apply for jobs or to work for them as an independent worker. The benefits of formalized work, either for independent workers or for employees that used to be informal workers, are that a regular income can be earned, taxes will be paid, living standards may increase, support of other family members might be possible. There is lower risk of illnesses, fair and regulated business practices, access to social security systems, and this upward spiral eventually can lead to better education and a higher GDP in general. I think the reason why informals are not more often included in EPR schemes is, first, there are not that many EPR schemes in places yet in low and middle income countries. And another reason being that informal workers will lose their flexibility and independence, which were reasons in the first place why they might get involved into waste picking. And also the benefits that are being promised might also not be directly in place from the very beginning. It might also take for such a new introduced system to take a while for working perfectly. And there might be a lack of trust, simply that these informal workers prefer to do what they have been doing always. I think what is very important that we need to work on the recognition of the informal sector. And that even starts by calling it differently. Like, informal sector is so unpersonalized. And there are people like you and me behind that are working very hard every day to survive, to make a living, not just for themselves, but also for their family members. I think there could be many different names. Like in one place in India where we are working in Puducherry, they are being called street beautifiers. Because that's what they are doing. They are making the streets more beautiful. They are removing the waste and the bad odor and making everything more beautiful.